Lately, there's been talk about Harry wanting to reconnect with the royal family, but it seems Meghan might not be on board with the idea of going to the UK with their kids in May. In this video, we'll dive into Meghan's latest remarks. Hello, friends, welcome to the King YouTube channel. It's rumored that Prince Harry might attend the UK next month for the Invictus Games anniversary. It's happening in May, and it's unlikely he'd go without Meghan and the kids. Meghan Markle holds the reins on their potential return to the UK. Even though Harry wants to mend things with the family, royal expert Richard Fitzwilliam says Meghan's wishes will weigh heavily. If Meghan doesn't want to go, she won't be forced. However, Meghan can't have it both ways with the half in, half out plan. Let's hope there aren't any surprise visits from them to William or Charles. The last thing the family needs is dealing with such controversial figures. Some people claim that Meghan Markle holds all the power when it comes to deciding whether Prince Harry returns to the UK. They say she can't be forced, and whatever Meghan says goes for Harry. It seems like Harry has to follow Meghan's lead, making their partnership unequal and absurd. As for Harry's supposed desire to mend family ties, it's laughable. The family divide is largely his doing, and even if he wanted to fix it, Meghan wouldn't allow it. She wouldn't want the embarrassment of her previous attempts with William, which clearly didn't work out. Perhaps Meghan never realized that William wasn't interested in her advances. So far, Meghan's kids remain out of the spotlight, and we don't know much about them. It's possible they have no ties to the UK at all. Archie was barely a year old when they left, and Lilibet was born in the US. They don't have a home, friends, or family in the UK, and I hope it stays that way. They weren't exactly forced out, they had the choice to leave or face potential legal issues. We may never know the full story. Maybe Meghan decided to leave because she realized she'd never be the top star as a royal. It seems like Meghan has been in control of Harry from the start. Their relationship dynamic appears to be one of dominance and submission, which can be quite disturbing. I doubt Harry can even make decisions on his own anymore. Meghan seems to dominate him completely. Even the Queen hinted at it, suggesting Meghan shouldn't wear white or a veil for her second marriage, but Meghan did both anyway because she does what she wants. I'm relieved that Meghan's request to live in Windsor Castle was denied. Then she got upset because William and Catherine had a bigger house despite having 3 kids and William being the heir. Meghan even wanted to be a princess in her own right, but that's not possible. She convinced Harry to leave the royal family and move to California, promising they'd be stars, but that didn't happen either. Honestly, who in the royal family would be affected if Harry brings his kids or not? The only ones harmed by keeping the kids away from the UK are the kids themselves. Eventually, others might try to use the kids as a way to connect with royalty, like Charles with his grandsons or William with his nephews, but it won't work. Charles isn't reaching out to the kids, and William isn't interested in having them around. Meghan doesn't seem to realize she ruined any chance of using the children. Because of Harry and Meghan's actions, it seems the Sussex children are no longer part of the royal family. Honestly, the royals shouldn't feel guilty, they should feel relieved. They don't have any responsibility towards those kids, and Harry and Meghan are upset that their children are excluded from everything. They're worried because the farther away the kids are, the less inheritance they'll receive and the fewer privileges they can demand. Harry and Meghan can't stand it when nobody, not even Charles, acknowledges the children. Maybe the kids are Meghan's last cards to play in the future, but they'll eventually learn about all the lies and deceit. It's sad to think about the emotional pain they might experience as a family. They can come and go, but not many people really care either way. Once they're seen, people won't be as interested in them anymore. If they do return, Meghan will likely try to paint herself and the children as victims, but as the kids grow older, they might see through their mother's facade and realize her true nature. It's cruel to think how Meghan, if she indeed acts as their mother, might mistreat them just to shine herself. Meghan always craves the spotlight, and she may constantly belittle the children to elevate herself. When the kids recall how they were treated, they might grow to resent their parents, and if they learn about their parents' past actions with the family and the people of the UK, they'll likely feel deeply disappointed. In another twist, if Meghan is worried about potential attacks on her kids, like the ones the Sussex squad launched at Louis, maybe she should have defended the poor boy when he was unfairly targeted. But she didn't. Instead, she joined in on the criticism, which was incredibly messed up. She even remarked about her own son's manners, adding fuel to the fire. If she's concerned about exposing her kids to such negativity, she should be, considering she has encouraged and participated in similar behavior against the Wales children. Their attempts at emotional manipulation on the king and the royal family are failing, highlighting their desperation as they run low on funds. It seems they're using the kids as a means to make money. I wonder if Harry even realizes he's in an abusive situation. Honestly, if Meghan Markle were in the UK, she could potentially face charges of abuse. She seems to think she's superior to everyone else, but without Harry's family, she'd just be a failed actress. I wonder how much longer King Charles will tolerate her before he intervenes. Meghan faces a dilemma. She craves publicity, but she's sensitive to criticism and knows she'll face backlash. If Meghan doesn't realize her behavior now, she likely never will. She refuses to acknowledge how poorly she's treated the royal family over the years. In my opinion, Meghan Markle deserves to be isolated on a desert island. I'm noticing a significant issue with the Invictus Games. Meghan has completely overshadowed Harry and pushed him into the background. The organizers should either make it clear that neither Harry nor Meghan are welcome, or they should revoke Harry's patronage. I doubt he even provides financial support. Meghan likely spends most of their donation money. Who really cares about Meghan using her kids as bargaining chips or attractions in their circus act? It's shameful. Those two should just stay in Montecito with their unseen children and do everyone a favor. Or maybe Meghan is worried that Harry won't bring the supposed children back to California, especially if they undergo DNA testing. If the children are indeed Harry's biologically, then King Charles might have grounds to seek custody. It would indeed be a complicated situation. Legally, King Charles has the authority to determine custody of his grandchildren. However, realistically, why should he bother? Those children may not even be biologically related to Harry and Meghan, so they may not technically be the king's grandchildren. I doubt Meghan will return to the UK, partly because of a promise she made, but mainly because she doesn't want to face the British public after all the lies she's told over the past 5 years, or even longer. They're both parents, so if Meghan refuses to come, Harry should have the right to take the children to see his family, regardless of Meghan's opinion. It's not fair for Meghan to dominate Harry like that. He shouldn't be her puppet. There's plenty of evidence to support this claim. I doubt Meghan will allow them to come. Remember when she didn't want Harry to attend his own father's coronation? Harry reportedly pleaded for permission, but Meghan said no. Perhaps she's afraid the royal family will keep them and perform DNA tests that could reveal she's not the biological mother. Meghan should have realized that lying would only lead to living in fear. Are you concerned that those lies might come back to haunt you, Meghan? Well, it seems like that time has come and it's the main topic of today's news. How do you feel about Meghan having the final say? Where does Harry stand in all of this, and should their children be raised in the UK when they grow up? That's what I want to hear from you. Please leave a comment below, and don't forget to support us by liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. Thank you, and I'll see you in future videos on the King YouTube channel.